Hello, welcome to Work-Based Webinar Wednesday. This is our second portion of the day. We're going to talk about some employability skills. We're going to talk about career readiness, and I got a special treat for you today. It's not often that you get to be on with somebody so special to you, but I'm here with my father today. His name is Timothy Bates. He's representing Man Up Monday, and we're
What
going to talk
up?
to
What
you.
up?
Yes, sir. We're going to have some fun on this one. And he wants to talk to you about dressing for success. So, if you don't mind, I know all about you. If you don't mind, tell the people a little bit about yourself, Mr. Bates.
All right. First of all, I just want to thank God for my son and the things that he's trying to do in the community. Thank God he has allowed a space where he can use his gifts and get paid for it at the same time. But I'm Timothy Bates. Grew up in Salisbury, North Carolina. I am now the pastor of Cameron and Calvary Presbyterian Church in Statesville, North Carolina. I'm the husband of Yvette Hargrave Bates, the father of five great, awesome children: Dominique, Ashley, Quan, Javon, and TJ. The grandfather of four, my heartbeats: Elijah, uh, Anna Marie, Reagan, and Soraya. So I'm a blessed man, and I thank God for how he's done. Grew up in Salisbury. Always been in the community. Always love helping and giving back, and been blessed to have a mother that always paved the way and showed us that it's better to give than to receive. That's what we do. I'm the founder of the Man Up Monday program, the founder of the Nightcrawler program, the founder of the Trinity Soldiers, We March for Jesus program. Uh, Man Up Monday originally was the BMW program, but just love giving back, and it's so rewarding and blessing to be able to do what God has called us to do. But I'm just an ordinary guy that love people and love community and love seeing being a part of change.
Yes, sir. He's very special. He's very talented. I know, seen it firsthand, and very humble about it. And so I really appreciate that. But and so whether you know it or not, pops, I want to let you know that this podcast um, came about, and the thought about it came about when I thought about people like you,
Right.
who this year, um, as far as school goes, you volunteer in the schools a lot, and I thought about our students who they won't be able to see you as much. They won't be able to see a lot of our good volunteers who are normally pouring into them. And so when I thought about that, I said we just can't let that be. We gotta have a platform for our volunteers and for people who really want to pour into our children this year. We just can't let that go by the wayside. And so once again, I'm happy that you're here, and I thank you. And so this is for our volunteers and for our children and even parents to have access to information that's going to help uplift them and help build them up. And so let's go ahead and get into it. Tell me about the concept of Man Up Monday and how you came up with it.
The concept of Man Up Monday comes from, like I said, we had the BMW Club, which was a mentor group that went into the schools. And Man Up Monday uh, come out of was a challenge, a charge to the men. We met with the school system, met with the city of Salisbury, when a lot of gang violence and everything was going on. And we were talking about all the different organizations that were taking place in Salisbury and in Rowan County. And so Man Up Monday, because we have all the after school programs, and we great programs, awesome programs going forth. But there was not a program that actually was in the schools on a consistent basis. And so a challenge to fathers and to men was that we developed the Man Up Monday program. Very specific. It was originally just for the Man Up Monday for men to be in schools, to let their children and the community know that education is important, because we'll show up for all the basketball games, the football game. As I said, we have programs after school that's great and doing marvelous jobs. But I wanted something to see real time. I wanted us to be real time, and I wanted not only for the students to see us, but I wanted teachers to see positive male role models in the school system while they're doing it. I wanted us to be a complement or a help to what was happening. I wanted us to take active part in the development of students from an educational point. We chose Monday very specifically because students, teachers, everybody's dragging on Mondays. And so we said Monday, we'll be there bright and early. We'll fit in where we can get in. We'll do whatever needs to take place to make a difference, because we believe that if you start the week off right, that how you start is how you end. And so our main goal was to bring some motivation on Monday to the school system or to the places that we went to, so that it would matriculate all throughout the week. And so Monday was a specific day that we chose, and we found out that as men, that it helped us, to get our week started on the right class, to be in a place and a space where we felt like we was making a difference. And that's our goal. The goal of Man Up is to have a presence. Guys say, well, I don't know how, to do the math. I don't know what I can do when I get there. That's the good thing about Man Up. It's very informal. We show up, and whatever the teachers say they need, lunch buddies, they need us to do one-on-one, they need us to do discipline. We adjust our program to whatever the school is asking for on those days. And so, as we said, we started on Mondays, but because of the demand of the schools and the need for men to be in school, that now we go Monday through Thursday, because we're in 16 to 18 other schools in Rowan County.
I love it. What if you see Man Up Monday in your school, to see it in person, it's a beautiful thing. Just the bright smiles from the members of Man Up Monday, and the bright smiles that the teachers have when they see you guys coming, and the bright smiles, most importantly, from the students. You just don't understand how much of an impact that you're making. You might be able to feel it right there when you're in the moment, but these students, they remember it for the rest of their lives. And so we commend Man Up Monday for doing what you do. And you actually, whether you realize it or not, you actually follow a lot of the principles and the goals that we have for our teachers and our staffs at Rowan Salisbury School. One of the main things that we try to do is make things personalized and relevant. And so the fact that you say, we'll adjust and we'll give you what you need at your school, it just fits right into the culture of Rowan Salisbury Schools. And we appreciate you for that. And if you are a school who hasn't had a group like Man Up Monday or Man Up Monday itself coming to your school, I think you should really consider it, because it's a really great program. It's a way to get started off on the right foot, and you won't regret it. It's a beautiful thing to see in person.
Yeah, it's a game changer. Not bragging on it, but it's a game changer. It's we see you use the key word impact. I don't want to go anywhere unless we're making an impact. And so what we do in our presence, we try to develop mind, body, and soul. And so we go in letting them know we got a concept: look, listen, and learn. Look, listen, and learn. You got 3 reasons to be in school, and we embed that in them. We push that on them: look, listen, and learn. If you learn those 3 things, and we tell them there's nowhere nowhere in this world that you're gonna go that you cannot apply these principles. And then the group of men is businessmen, is pastors, coaches, is guys that have had some trials and tribulations in their lives, and we use every gift. We got one guy that does the exercise with them, and another guy, my brother George does the discipline part. Talking about dress for success, Pat Jones and Bradley Taylor, Nick Means, they come in and you can see that these guys are whether they're in a suit or in they dress clothes. I mean, in their light wear. These guys, man, they neat, and that's the example that we want to give. And the beauty of it is, doing programs like this and being involved with Anthony Johnson and Dominique and the teachers pulling, and then principals requesting us to come in and calling us and saying, hey, it made a difference. So and so went from here to here. We don't want to just be there. We want to make an impact, and we want to really. The other goal is to pull out gifts. That's all we want to do is to help students discover who they are and to realize the same energy you use and to get in trouble, you can use that same energy to be a success.
Oh yeah, that's a story in its own. The young folks today like to say they got a saying, keep that same energy, and so we got to teach them to keep that same energy. Whether they playing a video game or singing a song that they like, they can keep that same energy when they're focusing on their future. And so that brings me to my next question for you. What's the biggest impact or the most memorable moment that you've had with the Man Up Monday group so far?
Man, it's so many. It is so many moments, and as I look back over the years and go back and look at some of the pictures and some of the events, and as you say, watching the young men that we started with in the 5th grade, and now some of them are graduating this year. It's hard right now to pinpoint one, but one of the joys of it is being able to work with my son and work with Anthony Johnson and work with just complement other programs that are taking place. One of the biggest things that took place, I think, is at Eisenberg with Marvin Moore, where he has a 1,000-man march, and firefighters, police officers, Catawba, Livingstone, from all walks of life, over 300-400 men gather together to greet the students when they come in, and to see the looks on their faces, to see that so many men care about me, care about my education, not just how many yards I can run, how many baskets I can score, but this somebody cares. And I think the changing point was when because our main goal was to work with African American males, but I think the changing point came when girls, young ladies, start asking us, hey, why don't you come now and help with us? And so we developed a program at Hanford Door some years ago when Katie Earl was there, and started working with girls through Tawana McNeil and Miss Felicia Young, encouraging us. And we found out that girls, young ladies, need men speaking into their life too, and they, we can bring out of them what we try to bring out of our daughters. So we adopted them as our daughters, and so then we just started going to the schools, and it wasn't just for African American males. We found out that not only the girls, but Hispanic and white young men wanted to be involved, and wanted young people just want somebody to know they care. They want somebody to speak into their life. And what we found out, we've learned a great deal as Man Up Monday from all walks of life. And then we also find because one of the things when we first started, it was so hard for people to accept us to come into the school because it was an informal program. It wasn't uh, based, evidence based. And you know, folk were looking for evidence based. You know, what do you have written down? And so, trying to sell them that, show them that we adapt and adopt to you and your very need. I can be a lunch buddy. I can get your student off the bus. I can do. Um, I can sit with them one on one. I can do whatever you want us to do. We can high five in the. We can do tie Tuesdays. We can do handshakes. We can do interviews. Whatever we can do. And so, just finding out that the need for men, period, to be in schools for all students and even teachers, was the biggest impact. It was one of the major impacts that took the Man Up Monday program to a different level.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So we're gonna, because Man Up Monday, they got different aspects, and they're gonna adapt with us today. They're gonna be flexible with us. I asked them to come together and talk about dressing for success. Because like I say, whenever I see them come through the buildings, they always look like they're ready to go. They're game ready for whatever they have to do that day. So let's go ahead and get into this dress for success conversation. What's your definition of dressing for success?
My definition is to dress to what you aspire to be. Dress in the way that you aspire to be. You know, because it's different for different people, but whatever you want to become, that's the way that you dress. And so, but plain and simple, that's it for me.
That's great advice. Very similar to, don't dress, if when you're going to work, don't dress for the job you have, dress for the job you want.
Right.
And so, if you're a teacher, you don't have to dress like a teacher. Dress like you're the superintendent. And
Right.
so that I love it. I love it. That's plain and simple, straight to the point. So what's the importance of dressing for success? What's the importance behind dressing to be dressing like what you aspire to be?
I, I found personally, I got to go back to Mama Grace. Not good language, good grammar, anything, but be who you is because you can't be who you ain't. And so the importance of it is, I found, is to makes me feel good. Knowing that, see, we grew up in a time, I'll just take you way back. Right? We grew up in a time where we didn't have a whole lot. And so the way they told us to dress is to make sure that you're neat. Make sure that whatever you have on is clean. Make sure it's clean. Make sure that it's neat. Make sure that it fit. Make sure that it's ironed. Make sure that your shoes are shined. Pops would say on with the Wayans brothers, coordinate. Just make sure you coordinate. Don't just be out here clowning, because everybody, I'm a conservative type dresser. This yellow that I have on is probably the brightest stuff you'll see me on. I'm a conservative, but like you say, it's different for everybody else, for everybody. And so I say dress in what makes you feel comfortable. Don't dress to appease others or try to cop somebody else's style. Be who you is, because you can't be who you ain't. And so if you feel good in whatever suit and whatever jeans that you wear, whatever Nikes or whatever you have on, make sure they clean.
That's right.
Make sure you're neat. Make sure it's not wrinkled. You can have on the best looking stuff, and if it's wrinkled, it takes away from what you're trying to accomplish. But I say dress where you feel good about who you are. They say the clothes make the man, but I believe the man can make the clothes. Whatever you put on. Whatever you put on.
That's right. That's right. So what kind of impact does dressing for success have on as far as making a first impression or a lasting impression on people?
Oh, people going that's sad to say that's the first thing they look at. They look at your clothes before they look at you. So the impact that you make, you know, and you might think you the flyest thing around, and somebody else may say, "Oh man, why you put that on? Why you got that on?" And dun dun dun. But if you feel good about that, see, the impact is what you feel on the inside, no matter how you look, it's going to be portrayed to the person that's looking at you. Even those that, you know, say, well, man, you might not, that don't match it, but if you feel good about, you know, what's his name, Mr. Brown? Mr. Brown feel good about what he got on. Now, we say that joker clumsy, that joker this and that, but there's some people out here, and you know, that desire to dress just like Mr. Brown, because that's what they look good in. That's their impact, and they can work that, as y'all say. They can work that. If you're able to work whatever you have on and feel good and comfortable in it, if you have to make it look good, then it don't look good on you. If you got the young ladies tight, I mean, pull your stomach in and feel uncomfortable in it all day long, then you know that you doing that for somebody else. When you put on what you put it on for you.
That's right.
Because you want that impact of looking in that mirror of saying, I look good today. Everybody got an opinion. If you look at the stuff that Dwayne Wade and LeBron them LeBron them, you know, what they call them, the capris now. I'm like, man, that looks crazy to me, but they feel good in that.
Yes,
so I can't identify. I can't define who they are. They already know they feel good, and somebody copying that style. But for me, I'm like, man, I can't do that because of the era that I grew up in.
Oh, but
the impact they make is that, hey, I look good. I feel Cam Newton. Y'all know how we be like when Cam put on his stuff. Cam like, man, I'm there. You know, and so the first impression and impact has to be on yourself. That I'm doing this what I look, you know, what I wear this, you know, if nobody was looking. And so the impact and the lasting impression that you want is that folk would know if you're comfortable in yourself, if you're comfortable in your clothes. And so you know, that if it's an interview or whatnot, you know, you wear the conservative, you know, the black, the blue, whatnot. And nowadays different, you know. People are interviewing in polos and those type of things. But I promise you, if it's clean, if it's neat, that's the first thing people look at. If it's got, you walk up with a stain on your shirt. I don't care if it's $200, $500. The first thing they're gonna say is, "Man, you got a stain on your shirt," you know, and you appreciate that. But that's the thing. I think the neatness and the clean is more important than what you have on. Is more important than what you have on.
And so, how do you think that dressing for success and just upholding a neat way of dressing and just being neat, how do you feel that impacts other aspects of your life?
Oh man, you
talk on that for a little bit. Can you talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah, we can talk about Tie Tuesday.
Okay.
We could talk about Tie Tuesday. And when the concept that came out, and you know, we working with Anthony Johnson, and Anthony Johnson, after resistance from the students don't want to wear ties and this and that, and some who did wear ties, personal testimony, teachers, cafeteria workers, administration come to us and came to him and said, look, these guys act a whole lot better on Tuesday. We don't have no problems on Tuesday because they feeling good about themselves. They got on, you know, this a tie changed the whole concept of it. And so I believe that if you look good, you feel good.
That's right.
You know, a lot of times growing up, there was some days I didn't want to go to school because I want, man, true story. I mowed this lady's yard, man. When I'm 13 years old, I mowed her yard and she gave me some money. She said, I got some shoes in my house. And I said, okay, some red Converse. Red Converse. She gave me them red Converse, man, but them jokers was 13s, man. I was wearing a 10 at the time. And I went to school with them 13s on, man. They laughed at me so hard. I felt this big. And so it was, again, it was the fact that I didn't feel good about, what I had on. But, that's what I had to wear at the time. But, if it's and folk these days, we're big on names. We're big on names. If you can afford the names and that's what you want to do, good. But I promise you, if you wear a $500 suit right, it'll look just as good as a $600, $700, $800 suit. If you wear a $30 pair of shoes right, keep them shine, they'll look just as good as a $120 pair of shoes. And so what I'm saying is that the them putting on that tie, back to your question, them putting on that tie changed their whole attitude. Mm-hmm. You know it. Mm-hmm. When you wear a tie to work, you walk differently than when you wear your jeans and when you wear your shorts and your coaching outfit and those types of things. You carry yourself totally differently. So when you put on clothes, you don't. It's just like the Bible say, put on the full armor. And so when you put on these clothes, it's a difference. Then you lay them out different. When you putting on your shorts and stuff, you just grab them and put them on. But when you putting on your nice polo and your jeans or whatnot, you lay it out, you put it on the bed, you look at it, you step back from it, you say, okay, I'm gonna wear. Nah, I ain't gonna wear that. You put your hat on with it that's gonna match. You look at your shoes, whether it's a suit or whether it's dressed down stuff. You look at everything from head to toe because you feeling good. You like, okay, right. I feel pretty good. Or your little cologne on, whatnot. But then before you leave out of the house, you pop those of y'all that wear them hats. Oh, I'm here now, baby. That's what dressing for success looks like. Mm-hmm. When you even when you put it on, it's a different aurora about you. It's a different feeling. And you go, but that Tie Tuesday, attitudes changed because of what they had on, because they felt good about they own. A lot of young people get in fights and stuff because people picking about the type of shoes they have on and those types of things. And so they think the name is what makes them. But if your stuff neat and clean, folk will jump on your style. I promise you that. Oh, yeah. And every day, everything works today. Everything. Yes, you wear, everything works.
Yes, it does. So what I'm taking away from it is it's not the clothes that make you. You make the clothes.
You make them. You make
the clothes. It's all about you, your attitude, and how you approach it. It's all from within.
Think about all the styles at the day.
Too many.
Yeah, think too many
today. Yeah. I never, when I was in personal about me, when I was in high school, we wore baggy clothes.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I was small, no more than 160 pounds, but I wore a 3X t-shirt.
Right.
36 waist pants, and I knew I was a 32. So we wore baggy clothes because that was the style, and I never thought that we would get to the day where more fitting and even tight clothes are the style. And so now I wear my clothes tight. I wear fitting just because that's the style now. But back to what you were saying, it's all about your attitude. It's all about you. and within, and everybody has some kind of greatness within. So you take that greatness and you make your own. You make your clothes. You decide what that is, and the neatness really has a lot to do with it because you keep your stuff clean, you take care of your things. That's just like you taking that's showing that you care for yourself and you respect yourself and you're taking care of yourself. And so, Mr. Man Up, you have answered all of my questions today. And so we're gonna go into our next segment and we're gonna play a game. And so the game that we're gonna play is called the 5-second game. And so
let me tell you the people that I think are neat.
Okay.
Who dress.
Sorry, I don't know if I left something out. Go ahead.
Tony Randall Miller, Conehead.
Okay.
He lays it out. I mean, from his bow tie to everything. I think I know he gets it from his dad, but I know a lot of it came from the military. Very neat and very coordinated. And he'll give you great tips on how it should. So that's one person. Pat Jones, neat dresser, just swag about him. So yeah, I just needed, and there's plenty others. There's plenty others that I could name, but those come to mind. Yeah.
And
let's play the game, man.
A couple people that come to mind when I think about that. Jason Cosby and Nick Means. They keep it real neat. But one of the best that I've ever seen is rest in peace, but Timothy Mitchell.
Yeah. Jerry Miller, I forgot about him. Jerry Miller used to have the hat, the cane, the whole nine to go with his outfit, man. I'm serious. That brother could dress, man, and he still does. Punk still, Yeah, but yeah, you hit it on the head. Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, so the game, the 5-second rule. So I'm gonna give you a category.
Oh Lord.
I'm going to give you 5 seconds to tell me 3 things in that category, and we'll play 3 rounds. We've already had a guest on the show that beat it, but there's only been 1 out of 3 people so far to beat it. So you're the 4th one. I hope you can win.
5 seconds.
You get 5 seconds to tell me 3 things in the category. Do you need a practice round?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll give you 1 practice round.
If I practice round, if I win in that one, that counts as my real round.
No, sir. It's just practice round. All right. Your first category is zoo animals.
Gorilla, monkey, chimpanzee.
Chimpanzee.
Lion.
Chimpanzee.
5 seconds. Right. This is chimpanzee. 5 seconds.
I know what you were saying. All right, so you ready for the real round?
Hey, you gotta wear. Yeah, let's go, baby.
Let's go. Get your game face ready. All right, here we go. The first category is card games.
Spades, Uno, gin, rummy.
Okay.
I mean, I got the name. 3 or 5?
3.
I hope
Just 3. Real quick. You got that one. You got the first one. The next one, you got to get this one. Is 3 sports teams. Go.
Steelers, the Lakers, the Dodgers, the Miners, the Cavaliers.
All right. Okay.
I know you're coming hard. I know you get ready to get me with something. I'm gonna knock it out.
You're in trouble. You're in trouble.
I'm gonna knock it out.
All right. Last one.
I'm gonna knock it out.
3 Disney movies.
Disney movie. Frozen. Frozen and Frozen.
Frozen. There's two of them. You could have used that twice. Frozen 1 and Frozen 2. That's it. I love it though, man. Good. That's a you did all right. You did all right. That was a great game, great podcast. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Once again, thanks to my father and Man Up Monday for always being willing to contribute and always willing to give back to the students at Rowan Salisbury schools. Look below, we have our ticker. I ask that you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and we even have a YouTube channel where we're going to be airing these podcasts. And then we also have a website that's up now. It's www.workbasedwebinarswednesdays.com. I'll say it again, www.workbasedwebinarwednesday.com. And so until next time, we're out.
Peace.